It's my place. No problem.
Wait, thank you, Natalie.
Qué casualidad. Qué casualidad. No, da igual.
They were asking, do you want to sit next to your friend? It's fine.
Er zit nog iets plaats aan de andere kant. Heel veel plaats aan de Er is nog plaats aan de andere kant van de tribune.
Ja.
Ja, daar zijn nog stoelen in de achterste rijken daar.
No, I know.
De deur, ja. Deuren zijn toe.
Okay, the dancers have told us they are ready to go. Let's begin. Good evening and welcome to Articulate 2025 at the Royal Conservatory of Antwerp. The performance is about to start. Please make sure you are seated and your phone is switched off or on flight mode. We would like to remind you that taking pictures or videos during the show is strictly prohibited. In the unlikely event of an emergency, please follow the theatre staff, who will guide you to the nearest exit. Enjoy the show.
And now the end is near, and so I face the final curtain. My friend, I'll say it clear, I'll state my case, of which I'm certain. I've lived a life that's full. I traveled each and every highway, and more, much more than this, I did it my way. Regrets, I've had a few, but then again, too few to mention. I did what I had to do, saw it through without exemption. I planned each charted course, each careful step along the byway. More, much more than this, I did it my way. Yes, there were times, I'm sure you knew, when I bit off more than I could chew. But through it all, when there was doubt, I ate it up and spit it out. share of losing. And now, as tears subside, I find it all so amusing to think I did all that. And may I say, not in a shy way, oh no, not me. I did it my way. For what is a man? What has he got? If not himself, then he has not to say the things he truly feels, and not the words of one who kneels. The record shows I took the blows and did it my way. For what is a man? What has he got? If not himself, then he has not to say the things he truly feels, and not the words of one who kneels. The record shows I took the blows and did it my way. For what is a man? What has he got? If not himself, then he has not to say the things he truly feels, and not the words of one who kneels. The record shows I took the blows and did it my way.
Stop believing, feeling like this. Don't stop believing. Waiting.
when you were on the phone, couldn't look you in the eye, just like an angel, your skin makes me cry, you float like a feather in a beautiful world. I wish I was special. You're so very special. But I'm a creep. I'm a widow. What the hell am I doing here? I don't belong here. I don't care for I wanna have control. I want a perfect body. I want a perfect soul. I want you to notice when I'm not around. You're so very special. I wish I was special, but I'm a creep. I'm a widow. What the hell am I doing here? I don't belong here. Whatever you want, so very special. I wish I was special, but I'm a creep. I'm a widow. What the hell am I doing here? I don't belong here. I don't belong here.
Now choose someone who looks like a dancer and give this person your headphones.
No.
Wait, Marcos, not that one. That one looks like a terrible, terrible dancer. Pick someone else. Yes, that one looks like they are in very good shape, a good team player, obedient but also independent-minded, kind and friendly, definitely not an asshole. And look, at those legs, yes, good choice, they will be perfect. So, while the next dancers are getting ready for the next show, the rest of you can sit back down in your seats. This performance was conceived as a way to give a job to the greatest number of dancers possible. If you weren't selected this time, you can always keep sending emails and coming back until you get chosen. The one quality you will need to succeed in this business is, after all, resilience. Wait, isn't it luck? No, it's resilience. No, it's luck. No, it's resilience. No, I'm telling you, it's luck. But what about passion? Don't be stupid, that's a fucking myth. You need talent. Raw, juicy talent. No, you just need to work hard. No, that's also a myth. You just need rich parents. Well, yes, okay, maybe rich parents too. But you still need to kiss ass and get a good fucking physio/physio/therapist/physio/therapist/therapist/therapist/therapist/therapist/therapist. Okay, the dancers have told us they are ready to go. Let's begin. Good evening and welcome to Articulate 2025 at the Royal Conservatory of Antwerp. The performance is about to start. Please make sure you are seated and your phone is switched off or on flight mode. We would like to remind you that taking pictures or videos during the show is strictly prohibited. In the unlikely event of an emergency, please follow the theatre staff who will guide you to the nearest exit. Enjoy the show.
And now the end is near, and so I face the final curtain, my friend. Much more than this, I did it.
Ja.